The newest Trenchtown rap. Put your hands together, comrades. For the party leader, the chairman of South St. Andrew, member of parliament for South St. Andrew, and then the minister of Jamaica, comrade Jefferson Holding.
In a dancer style, I know everybody still me irie. Cause we not love life. Every song I go and every time I write, we need for the love, we not need for the life. Sweet for the love, we not need for the life. Sweet for the love, we not need for the life. Sweet for the love, we not need for the life. Success don't come overnight. When you know a substance over I believe for the love, we not need for the life.
Comrade Chairman, comrades on the platform, special mention to our guest speaker, Comrade Lisa Hanna, and our General Secretary, Comrade Dayton Campbell, Minority Caucus leader still with us, Comrade Andrew Swaby, and all who are with us here, not very many because we're adhering to the protocols and doing the distancing, but those who are online watching us, big up and enough respect. Comrades, I want to just ask you please to give Comrade Lisa Hanna another round of applause. Let me tell you, unity is strength. And unity is not something we even need to talk about. We just need to do what we have to do. We just need to do what we have to do. We walk the walk together. And I know Comrade Lisa and I have my back. Me and her have been working together for years. We have been friends from even before politics. And Comrade Lisa Hanna, respect you. Thank you for coming again. And thank you for showing your commitment to the People's National Party here in South St. Andrew again. Let the world see and know that we are truly powerful and we are truly one. Comrades, I won't talk for long because, as you know, time is against us. But we are meeting at a time when Jamaica is going through the most dire crisis. And the people of this country are suffering, they are frustrated, and they are getting angry. And they want to see the People's National Party show itself as ready, fit, and raring to go to move the country forward when we come back into government. Comrades, as has been said, essentially what we have to do is to show those persons who have voted for us in the past, and not long ago either, in recent times, that we are worthy of their support once again. And comrades, we have been working to do things in the party that will set the party on a better footing going forward. We now have the OT Faircraft Trust Fund, showing our party workers some love, those who need real help. We've set up the Junior Shadow Cabinet, and we're encouraging them to be out there more and more. And comrades, we have a team, and we're moving forward as a team. When you look at the situation with this corona, comrades, it really is a disgrace. It's sickening. On the 9th of September, we had a blitz in South St. Andrew, vaccination blitz. Over 500 of our people came out and got vaccinated. Most of them got the Pfizer vaccine because the government's policy at the time was to use the Pfizer vaccine for children of 12 and up and adults who came to get vaccinated. They were given dates for their second vaccine of the 30th of September. And our understanding was that we would have had another blitz on the 30th of September so they could get their second doses. only to be told that no provision had been made for that. And there's no more Pfizer. And comrades, imagine how angry I felt when I hear this week that Pfizer is being distributed and vaccinated in Thompson Town and other JLP-controlled divisions. That is not the way a vaccination program is supposed to operate. That is bringing politics into this thing. I have been calling from day one for a united approach to this thing. We need all hands on deck. This is a global crisis. Jamaica is facing its wrath here on our shores. It cannot be something that we play politics with, because that is just going to alienate people, and that is going to mean that we do not reach the goals collectively that we need to reach. Comrades, it is really a disgrace. Now, the truth of the matter is, my position at this time is consistent. I encourage every adult, and indeed every child over 12, to get vaccinated. It will protect you from getting very sick if you get this disease. That is its main purpose. And it will protect the health system from being overwhelmed by too many people getting very sick at the same time. But as the polls have shown, we have an issue. Many people out there are not yet persuaded that this is the right thing for them to do. We need to spend time persuading them. We need to be out there as a united leadership in the country, encouraging people to take the vaccine. We cannot force people to take it. That is not a practical solution when such a large number of persons don't believe in it. Worse, when the government is not giving any kind of protection to somebody who might have an adverse reaction to the vaccine. How can you mandate something where you're not prepared to pony up and support and provide care to the person if they have an adverse reaction, or to their family if necessary? So comrades, at this point in time, we must continue, or rather can't say continue because it is not happening right now. We need to stop politicizing the COVID-19 vaccination program. We need to pull everything together with all hands on deck and try to persuade the people by giving them good information and making it available to them in their communities. This thing about having people having to travel and spend money on transportation costs to get vaccinated, it's not working. We need to bring it into the communities and make it as easy as possible for persons and encourage them with good information. We can't force people, comrades. That is not going to work. Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, she expressed her position on that, and I think it is the right position, especially at a time when we only have 10% of the population fully vaccinated, and we have 70% of the population saying they're not convinced it's the right thing for them. Comrades, Comrade Lisa spoke about the crisis that we're facing in terms of prices. We did a care package distribution in this constituency in April. We went to a leading wholesaler, negotiated some prices, and they gave us a good price list for the basic package of items. When I went back in August for the same list of items to do another round of care packages, the price had gone up by 15% in less than 6 months. And comrades, that situation is not going to get any better. As has been said, the global environment is hostile. Transportation costs, shipping costs are gone through the roof, especially from the Far East. Oil prices are high and other commodities are also high. So Jamaica is facing a serious crisis. We have been calling for the government to change tack. Instead of seeking only to balance the books, this is a time when you have to balance people's lives. We are all committed to achieving our fiscal goals, to reducing our public debt, to achieving those targets. But when you have a crisis like this, which has dislocated the economy, dislocated so many people's lives, where people can't afford to live, you have to do something as a government. They came with a supplementary budget with something, but I don't believe it is sufficient. I don't think it is going to answer the needs of the people. And I believe the time has come for the government to do much more to protect the vulnerable people of this country from suffering. Comrades, we know that this is a country which has great inequality. Sometimes they say there are two Jamaicas. The Jamaica for those who are politically connected, and those who are well off, and the Jamaica for those who are not. And we have seen it playing out. Seen it in the way the Disaster Risk Management Act orders are enforced. We've seen what I consider to be violations of the rights of our citizens. When they amended the Disaster Risk Management Act earlier this year, I warned the country that they were giving the power to the Prime Minister to make criminal law on his own, where he can sign an order and the act as amended makes breach of that order a criminal offense. He does not need Parliament's approval. We were told, don't worry, there's going to be a ticketing system and the fines would be modest and nobody would have to go to court. Well, here we are in October and there's no ticketing system and people are being fined. People are being fined $200,000 for not wearing a mask. $200,000. In St. Thomas, one of the poorest parishes, people have to borrow money to try to pay that fine. And some who can't pay it ending up being held in the jails for up to 30 days. Comrades, that is the wickedest thing. That could never happen under a PNP government. Never. And we see the girl, the young lady in Zinga King, trim, she have her locks from birth, trimmed in a police station, and now nothing come out of it. Months have passed, no justice. Comrades, when you have situations like that, where a person's rights are violated, and it strikes the heart of the nation, and makes people feel outraged, think the wheels of justice must turn quickly. People must see that the state is doing what has to be done with alacrity to find out what really happened and to ensure that there is accountability for that conduct. Comrades, the crime situation in the country is worse than ever. Murders are up 10% this year. We know in this constituency what that is like. But it's not limited to this constituency. It's all over the country. Between COVID and crime, people are dying in droves in this country. And the government has no solution. Poor Horace Chang, the minister, he has nothing to offer us as a solution. When he speaks, it's very difficult to hear what he says. But the truth is nothing is being done to address the problem. And we have always said a balanced solution is essential. You can't just fight crime by harsh measures and taking away a person's rights through states of emergency, ZOZOs and so on. You have to get to the root cause of crime. You have to get into the communities. You have to have your violence interrupters. You have to empower them to nip things in the bud before they spiral out of control. We understood that when we set up the Peace Management Initiative, and they have denuded that program and defunded that program, so it's hardly functioning again, and crime is out of control. Unite for Change. We were seeking to empower young people who needed assistance to get their life onto the right path, and bringing all stakeholders together to support that program. when they came into office in 2016, they abandoned it, and they haven't replaced it with anything. So, comrades, we have a country that is going down, down, down. Between poverty, between crime, between COVID, and between corruption, the people of this country are getting sick and tired of the government of the Jamaica Labour Party, led by Andrew Holness. Comrades, the next PNP government is going to address the crucial issues of our time. We're not going to be messing about. We know what the issues are, and we're going to focus on them, and we're going to bring lasting solutions. I'm not saying we'll be able to solve them overnight, but we're going to have programs that are tackling the real issues of our time. Inner city housing and rural poverty. The education system, which is so imbalanced and unfair, where children from so many schools are not performing at the levels they need to be. We need to level up the standards. Rural agriculture, especially for small farmers, empowering them and supporting them so they can produce. And comrades, the crime problem. We must have a national program to deal with unattached youth, so-called the youth them who need they need investment. They may have gone through school and not achieved, but they are still with us, and we must help them to get onto the right path to constructive citizenship and stay away from badness and gunmanship. Comrades, the People's National Party is going to be tackling those issues. We put people first. We put people in the center of our policies.